Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Hi there. Hello, friends. Hi. Oh, I see Dennis. Selena, nice to see you. Oh, hi, Chris. Happy New Year to you. April, we got Barry in the house. Hello, April. I love how much we've been interacting on Facebook lately. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, and Kim. Nice to see you, Kim. So glad to see some new people in there, huh? Oh, and Queen Victor, so wonderful. Lovely to see you here again from Scotland. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I'm glad you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'm sending you guys lots of love right now for sure. Absolutely. So appreciative that you guys are here. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Had a lot of stuff I had to finish up doing here. So that's mainly what I'm back here to talk about too. It's just all the things that I've been doing have been so much fun. You know, Oh, thank you for loving my pictures. I appreciate Selena. Aw. Guys. Okay. So I guess I should just go ahead and get started. I'm like, do I even know how to do this anymore? Like, no, I do. I'm kidding. But yeah, I wanted to get back here sooner, but with Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that, and just recovering from like taking a trip that's like 5 days right before Christmas, like it was a little bit crazy. But I managed to get through it. And I'm here to talk to you about it today. So let's see, where do I even begin? So, I've been talking about the Starseed Adventures Vacation Conference coming up for a while now. Okay. I was really excited about it. Um, it wasn't very big, but all the tarot card pulls that I was doing on it at the beginning, like they all kept saying really great things. And it certainly turned out to be a really great thing. Like, even though it was small, it was cozy. Like we only had maybe about 30 people total, like maybe a little over 35, 30 to 35. I mean, with the speakers, including the speakers. So it really was, it fit really nicely into the conference room that they had us in. And I was just really happy about it. I ended up getting like the best room. I was like, this is just so wonderful. I ended up rooming with two people that I'd never met before, but that lived close to me. One of them, her name was Emily Leonard. And you know what I thought was so funny about meeting Emily was that it just so turns out that, she's a tattoo artist. All right. A really good one, a really good drawer. In fact, I should grab her drawing at the end here. If someone can remind me to remember Emily's drawing at the end that she gave me, I can grab it because it's just right over there. I want to show you guys her work. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to get a tattoo from her. She lives in Traverse City, apparently, and she is actually responsible for a good friend of mine's, one of his tattoos. And actually, you guys actually know him too because it's Tony Rodriguez. Yes, apparently she was the one that did his back tattoo. And I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it was probably great. I'm gonna ask him next time I see him. I'm gonna be like, I want to see that tattoo that she did for you, because she really impressed me just with, oh boy, yeah, she really impressed me with her artwork. So let's keep going though. It was really surprising to me. I did not know what to expect with each event. You never really know what you're getting into, and some of the things that it teaches you can kind of catch you off guard sometimes. Like I did not know how good it was going to feel to be around the people that I love so much, to really just physically, I just noticed how strongly for the first time being around people who are like-minded and who you feel safe with, like how relaxing it is. Like, I don't think I'd ever been more relaxed at an event than I had at this one. Something just told me, sit back and relax and enjoy it. And like, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. Although I will say that the roads in Sedona, driving from the airport to Phoenix Airport to Sedona, were terrifying for me. Okay, like it was terrifying. Like it felt like we were on cliffs a lot of the times, and I was just yeah. It wasn't so bad on the way there, but on the way back, I was like literally like gripping the door, because I was like a little bit terrified. She was going just a little bit fast, and I was like, oh my God, there's like cliffs all around. We're gonna just drive right off. It's gonna be like some Looney Tunes freaking episode or something. You just see the car just go right over. But that's besides the point. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, we had a lot of good speakers here, for this event. And I don't know if you guys know who they all were, but they're just a great bunch of people. We had Matthew Mornian and Laura Van Tyne and Ivan Teller and Abby Lynn and Siobhan Hill. She was there, all of them giving presentations and giving their talks. And they were all really, really, really good. Really good. I have to say, like some of the things, not only that, but we had some mishaps in the schedule. And we had to use that to fill up our time with other things to do. And the speakers, they really stepped up, and they were really able to put something together to help the people, to give them something to learn, to keep them entertained, to keep them busy. And I have to say that Laura Van Tyne specifically, she really impressed me a lot. Like she brought water dowsing rods, and she was using them to show us how far out someone's auric field could go, and then she was doing it to give examples of when we hold certain ingredients, food ingredients and stuff like that, how it changes the extent of our auric field. Okay. And like she used the example with sugar and stevia. And here's something I thought was really crazy cool. Like when she had the sugar packet and you hold the sugar packet and you use the dowsing rod, your auric field goes in so much closer to your body. Like you literally close down when you're holding sugar. Okay. And then she used a stevia packet, and the auric field actually got bigger and farther out. I would not think that stevia, natural raw stevia or whatever, I would not think that would have an effect on someone's auric field. I just thought it was like, not good. Like sugar is not good. Artificial sweeteners aren't good. I just thought, oh, that's not good for you. But apparently the water dowsing rods say otherwise. So I just want to briefly touch on a couple things that happen here. And then here's the other thing that impressed me about Laura. Okay. Because Laura actually has this thing called a Healy device. Now here is a little bit of a tragic thing that happened to me while I was there. So here I am. Okay. I'm supposed to be I'm basically trying to work up my courage to be a speaker pretty much the entire time. I didn't speak. I was the last person to speak, which I'm glad and I'm grateful for, because I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do it. It was a little bit of a bumpy road, even getting to the point where I was told, yeah, you're going to be a speaker. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of, and even after I was told that, there was a part of me that didn't believe it. So, and I was just and I talked to you guys about this a little bit. I was froze down about what I was going to do for speaking and what I was going to do as far as what I would write down. And I didn't have any slides or anything like that. And so when I got there, first day I got there, I had a toothache. I had this broken tooth that I need to get taken care of. And the pain was so bad. But luckily, when you're in a group, when you're hanging out with a group of healers, they get to work. So it was really funny because everyone was sending me healing. Everyone was telling me how they were visualizing, getting my tooth better and all this, work they were doing on it for me energetically. And to top it off, Laura Van Tyne hooked me up to her Healy device, which it's basically a little bit like, it's like a different type of system of how Rife treatments and stuff like that, the Rife machines, it's like a different version of that, like its own thing. I don't know the mechanics of it, guys, so please forgive me on that. But she hooked me up to it. I had to wear this little clip thing, and we did my own little personal profile. And the next morning, my pain, it was gone. It was completely gone. I couldn't believe it, because I thought for sure I was going to have to get some kind of medicine, some kind of strong herbs or even antibiotics. And so it just shows you when the power that we all have to heal ourselves. I had people manifesting for me. Here I am, I'm coming to speak on manifesting, and I had people manifesting me getting out of pain, and you guys know why I have this fan if you've been watching for a while. I'm just going to check I'm going to check the comments here real quick. I'm just lighting it up. I'm activating my DNA with some hot flashes. Let's see. So great to see. Hi, hello, Isis. Nice to see you. I love that name, Isis. Robert, good to see you. Let's see. Oh, Dennis. That's right. Let's see what he's saying. I should be used to flying by now, right? The Blue Fairy. I do a lot of astral adventures. I should be. I give you pixie dust. That's actually one of the experiences. Why have I been waiting? Like I've been trying to like slowly give out my experiences, but so that way I still have content to keep bringing to you guys without having to like, I don't know, feel like I'm running out of things. So one of the experiences I did have, which I'm going to go over in a future video soon, I did actually get shown what the experience, what the feeling feels like inside of me to fly. And I really feel like, the whole ideal behind fairy dust and having a happy thought, like a joyful thought, I really think that is what does it. But I'll go over that another time because I want to get back to this stuff today. So yeah, we had a lot of great speakers. I ended up getting to speak. I did end up speaking, but let's go a little bit more into that. Okay, so this whole time, oh, hello there, Matthew. Nice to see you in the house here. Oh, an MT full. Sorry. I'm like seeing all my friends and I'm getting distracted now. Okay, so get back to the point. So the whole time I was really worried because this was my first time speaking at an event like this. And I was really nervous, obviously, especially after the whole Journey to Truth roundtable thing where I felt like I completely froze and shut down and was like disassociating out of my body during it and trying to pull myself back into. So I thought, as I'm going into this, am I even going to be able to stand in front of these people and do this? Like, am I going to just like, am I going to faint or am I going to just like be like, oh, hi, yeah, this is me and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo. I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, but everyone was really supportive. Here's the thing. I've never experienced before just how much support that people gave me at this event to make me feel safe and to make me feel like I didn't have to do anything that I didn't want to do. All my friends were supportive. They're like, you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And that made it easier. That made it better because part of me feels like there's two people in here. Okay. We got like my soul braid walk-in and we got, original Cassandra and like, part of what I had to do to kind of get her through that was basically tell her like, no, you don't have to speak. Don't even worry about it. You don't even have to do it. Meanwhile, as I'm saying that to her, I'm over here writing down what I was going to say. I'm like, okay, if I do, I'm going to write it down, write down what I'm going to say. So I did end up at the very last minute. I had a couple people towards the end that actually asked about it, actually asked when I was going to speak. And my roommate, Chrissy, the other one, she was like every day, so are you excited to speak? She was just like a mom energy. She was like, and I don't think she even has any children. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. But she had such mom energy. Both of the girls that I was rooming with, they had such big mom energy and they were just so helpful and encouraging. And it only took a few people hearing that. A few people asked, when is she going on? We want to hear her speak. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I literally decided last day, we're definitely going to do it. Because they were like, you only have to do it. It doesn't have to be very long. It can be, small. It'll be fine. You can do it. And that, oh my gosh, I just had something else to remember. I actually had a dream about it years ago about this whole event. And I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so I got up to speak and I did it. I couldn't believe it. Like, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. Like, I felt really safe and comfortable up there. I really felt like I was surrounded by friends and family, soul family. And it was such a beautiful experience to have. And I'm so grateful for it. And, even though it was small and maybe I'm using this because, since it was the first time, like I'm using this as a way to gauge my own self, like to go back and look, okay, like what did I feel good about? What did I feel positive about that experience? What didn't I feel so, like what do I feel like could use work now? Like now that I have that generalized feeling of what that feels like to be up there and to have that energy and the flow and the momentum, like I know that I can do an even better job. Like now it's like, okay, yes, this is possible. So now I know what I have to do for the next time. Now I know the work that I have to put into it the next time to make myself feel even better and to be able to bring out even more information and healing to help other people, because I do think it helped a couple people, some of the information that I gave, because of them coming up to me and telling me afterward and asking me some questions about it. And it was just such a positive experience, really. And here's the thing. I'm gonna share this guys with you guys here, okay? And I've never told anyone this before, but I don't get sessions done very often. I've always been kind of nervous to do sessions with people, like get readings and that type of thing. And I've only gotten 3 sessions done ever because I wanted to learn how to do it myself. I figured even if someone tells me something, like I have to be able to bring that inside of me and double check that and see, like, well, is this true for me? Does that feel right? How does this line up with the energies inside me? And I feel like I wanted to learn how to be able to do that myself, especially so that I could help other people, because if I can't feel confident in doing it for myself, I don't know how I'd ever do it for other people too. So I've only gotten 3 sessions, and I'll tell you who those sessions have been with, because they were great sessions. Okay. It was with Ivan Teller. He was the first person I had a session done with, which he was amazing. Like, confirmation. My sons are getting ready to leave, so that was their father ringing the doorbell. But anyway, and it was also confirmation of Ivan Teller being amazing at his job. So the session that I did with him, he was so right on. It was so on point. Okay. And then I had a session with Aurora Diamondheart at the first Starseed Adventure Conference. Okay. And I had a session with Matthew Mornian this past summer. Okay. And them too, both of them, they have their own unique style, but it's just, they know what they're talking about. They, like, it syncs up, it lines up. I feel it. Like I could feel the messages when they hit me, So here's the thing though, that I've not told anyone. Okay. So the first time I met Honora, and I had a session with her, and she's not going to remember this. So if she sees this, if you see this later on, Honora, okay, like I know you don't remember this. This is fine. The things that she stuck out, usually like 2 or 3 things stick out the most from those sessions. And that's what I focus on when it comes to what I believe Spirit is really trying to tell me. Okay. And she told me, and I still remember it because like I said, it's one of those 2 to 3 things that you hold on to. And she told me, share your message with your people, because that's the only way that you can figure out who's on your team. If you share your message with your people, don't be afraid to share your message, she said. And then the second thing that I remember that she told me was, you could do this. She said, you could be one of these people here. You could be a speaker. You have that energy. You have that to you. You could do it. So think about that you could be running one of these booths. And, I never forgot that. And I really think that is part of what ultimately helped me manifest this being a speaker at all, because like I said, I was meant to be, it was destiny for this to happen, because I actually had a dream about it. It seems like all these major events that are happening to me in my life now, it's just the weirdest thing. All of them are being accompanied by a dream that I had like years ago it was like, I feel like it was all during the pregnancy of my daughter, Sarah. And I always can tell that these dreams were the different ones, because they're dreams that I remember in great vivid detail throughout the entire thing. It's like there's fluid. There's no sometimes you're in a dream and you don't know how you got there, and you can change in between scenes and you don't know, how that changeover happens. Not these dreams. These dreams happened, and it was very much just completely in line. It's just so funny to see how my brain interpreted what I was going to be doing and how it showed me in the dream, because it's just like it's like all the places were the same except for they looked slightly different. Okay. Like in this dream that I had, I was going somewhere, and I mean, the ideal of being a speaker wasn't even in my mind yet. So I felt like I was in a classroom, and it was just a big open room, and it had one table in the center of it, and it had like a slide presenter, and the screen for the slide presenter. And I remember I was just in there with a few people, only a few people, and and that's exactly what the conference room looked like. That was basically what we had. We just had tables, and we had that one, and that was when I started to realize, like, wait a second, is this that dream that I had? Like, because like I hadn't lined it up to any of them yet, and I knew it was one of those longer ones, so I figured it would be coming one day, you know. And it switched over from we went from that, and we were going to different places in this dream. So it started there, and then we would walk to this restaurant. We would get to this restaurant where it was a bunch of wood seats and stuff like that, and that was the restaurant that we were basically eating at every day, because the Hilton was outrageous. Let me tell you something. Hilton, no. Hilton experience, no. Like these, I don't even understand like how people, what kind of people they're trying to cater to specifically, because like the meals there were like $40 for a small little plate. Anyway, so continue back on with the dream though. So yeah, it showed up in the dream. And lastly, this was the funniest part, and that's why I can continue to talk about this dream. The funniest part for me was towards the end of the dream, we went and we visited a friend of mine, and they lived in a Harry Potter type of energy environment. They had this weird tree next to their house, and their house was actually like a bunch of houses, a bunch of different pieces of houses sewed up together. That's what it kind of looked like. And it was like longer. It was long. And it's so funny. And it had animals in it. It had animals. I was like, what is going on here? And it felt very much like the Weasley's house. The Weasley's house in Harry Potter. That ended up being my friend Alexis's house. It was exactly what happened in this dream. It was just so absolutely incredible. Yeah, you're in the chat, girl. You see it. You hear me. Yeah, let me see what else. Let me just stop for. Let me take a breath for a second and see what. Oh, Geraldine, I was hoping to see you in here. Oh, I'm so glad you showed up. Yes. Yeah, wasn't it, Selena? The Weasel's house is definitely really cool. So, and then she ended up moving, so now she's out of it. But she was living in a trailer that had it was divided, so there were two homes from this trailer. Okay, so that was why it looked like this. It was longer. Like, this is just crazy. So anyway, so I had a dream about this event. I knew this was coming. I knew this was destiny, and I had a wonderful experience the entire time. It was just, but I mean, minus the toothache, but even with the toothache, like so many people stepped up to just make me feel loved and cared for, like, oh, and the last night I even got to have Ivan Teller channel in my room. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I got to sit there and watch him live do. It's always so much fun when we all hang out and get to see each other do our things, All right, let me see if I missed anything here. I'm gonna get back to it. Yeah, so the manifesting through dance presentation, speech, I should say. I think it went pretty well, quite honestly. But you know what I did notice about it though is that I did notice where I was actually a little bit afraid to go into my truth, my story about how I'm the blue fairy. I was a little bit hesitant to really go into those details of some of the things. So I'm noticing that now for next time. So I need to be more grounded in who I am, and knowing that this is who I am. I shouldn't be afraid to show this to people. But I really think a lot of that gets left over from past lives, and not being able to tell people who you are, and it being like if you were a magical being, basically being hunted down and killed as a witch or whatever it is, and so I'm really working on letting that go. I'm really working on not being afraid to be seen, not being afraid to tell the details, and say it in a way that it's like, this is my truth, like that way people can have an example. Like, don't be afraid to speak your truth, because no one can tell you what your truth is. And we want to hear, how else do people have the opportunity to love you if they don't know you? and how do you show people who you are if you don't know yourself? How do you give people that opportunity? Because that's really what I think being on this planet is really about, is learning how to open yourself up more to love and the different types of love that exist, and yeah, that's just always been a heavy thing that stayed with me, about love, that, people can't even have that opportunity if you don't show them who you are, because when you hide bits and pieces of yourself, it makes it so like they don't really have full disclosure, so share yourself with people, share yourself. All right. The comments are catching me a little bit here. Oh, glad you like my Buddha, Robert. I'm very much glad you like my Buddha. I put him out there so that people can enjoy him too with me. It's one of my oldest hangings that I have. Actually, I got that when I was 22, so almost 20 years. Yeah. Oh, love you too, Isis. Love you too. So the other thing I wanted to get into about the wonderful Starseed Adventures Vacation Conference is the magic of my heart songs. Oh my God. I had some things happen because of these heart songs. Okay, so, if you've heard me talk about the things that I do at all when it comes to events, okay, I make what is called a little creation spread for it. And where I add all these little trinkets and tokens and stuff like that, the energies of the types of energies I want to bring to that event for people to enjoy, for people to heal and grow and love and become the best versions of themselves, and every time I do one of these things, and when I first am brought into conscious awareness that I'm going to be going to one of these events, okay, usually spirit brings in what I call heart songs. Okay, because here's the thing, there's different types of heart songs. Sometimes there can be heart songs that are other people's feelings that are showing up in my field. Okay, and it'll just come through a heart song, and I'll find out later on, I'll link it together that this was this person feeling and thinking this way. Sometimes it comes to teach me something. Sometimes it's my own heart songs, that come and show me how I'm really feeling in ways maybe I wasn't fully aware of. And they've always been super accurate. Okay. And so they come for events too. Usually it's about 2 songs. I've noticed usually an event has maybe two major songs and then a couple little minor songs. So the songs that I was getting for this event, the main message behind them, okay, was creating a perfect storm. It was like Egyptian energies. It was all about we're gonna use magic and we're gonna create the perfect storm, and that every road leads us to a memory of great days. That was the other one. That I was going to be getting what my heart wanted, and every road's going to lead us to a memory of just good times, and that for me, what that said to me was that everything was going to go right, everything was going to go good, like basically nothing could go wrong. Like it did, like the choices, the little choices that we could have made, as far as divergent on a timeline wise, all of them were going to lead back to this good event, this good feeling, this positive experience. Okay. And it really felt that way. I was quite shocked. And here's the funny part. Okay. As far as the perfect storm goes, I can't even believe this. It's like, okay, so we get there. Okay. And we're supposed to be going to the Grand Canyon, I think, on the second day. We're supposed to be going to the vortexes and the Grand Canyon on Monday and Tuesday. We ended up not being able to go on either of those days because, wouldn't you know it, what rolled through? A perfect storm. All right. And not only, and like, it wasn't just some regular storm rolling through. Okay. It was called a localized winter squall. A winter squall, which isn't your normal type of storm. It's actually a storm that, like, basically is in one spot. So I'm guessing I helped manifest this perfect storm that we experienced, which actually it canceled the Grand Canyon tour, which here's the thing. A lot of us kind of didn't want to go. Like the speakers and the friends that I have, like we kind of didn't really want to go to the Grand Canyon because of how long the ride was going to be, the bus ride and everything. So we weren't really that upset about it getting canceled. But I know some of the people that, had came to and expected to go there were. And I definitely am sorry that those people did not get to go. But at the same time, I'm also kind of over here like ecstatic and like giddy like a little kid because like here I had this heart song and it was literally talking about this perfect storm, and then we have it in like all these great days and all these great memories were just happening. And yeah, just think that is just so funny the way. So practice, you guys. Like I'm not the only one that can do this. Figure out what. And here's how you tell what those heart songs are, because you just know by how you feel inside your heart when you're listening to it. You just like, for me, I just get obsessed with certain songs. Like once it gets in and I hear, oh man, and I have to sit there and play it until it's downloaded into me and I can't hear it anymore. And then every time I hear that one, I'm like transported back to those times, and although sometimes you can like rewrap and repackage them, that too. Because if you already know how it works, if you already know that you've practiced with a certain song and then you see these results happen, now you can take those songs and you can use what you know of it to recreate the same type of thing if you need to, so just putting that out there. Okay. Yeah. Deep breath. Oh, everyone take a deep breath with me. Oh, yeah. Really glad to be here, you guys. Really glad to have you all here with me. Yes, a real song. It was, well, I mean, you could make up your own song. I'm speaking to April right now. These songs one was from an anime, and one was by Katy Perry, which is kind of embarrassing to even say that I listened to because it's such her music. Come on. But I knew that it was the right song because of the way it felt in my heart. So I was like, oh my God, and it had like, it's got this Egyptian vibe to it. And it's like the perfect storm. And, and that was really what I kept focusing on when I would hear it. It was just like that part where she's talking about creating that perfect storm. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah. Oh, and you know what? And the snow wasn't even like regular snow. It was that kind of snow where you can pick it up and like put it on fire and it's not melting. It turns black. Like what the? That's a hell of a storm. I called it government snow. We think the government created it, but who knows? Yeah, yeah. So let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about before we get into the card pull. Okay. Oh, could you guys, if you could, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you already are not, and share the video if you could to help me get my channel built up here, because I'm definitely going to keep going down this road. I definitely know that I can do this now. Like I have a newfound confidence as far as that goes. I feel really positive about the future here. Yeah. I'm just reading this comment real quick here. Miss White Swan says, would have loved to see it, although I was sending all the love to you guys possible. And I know you were. That's my dream warrior angel right there. Miss White Swan. She's always up in there fighting things. And we knew she was going to be there with us. She was with us in spirit. I love her very much. Love you. All right. So let's go ahead and start getting out these cards, right? If you have any questions for me, feel free to throw them in the chat at any time, and I'll do my best to answer them. We're just going to do a card pull for the collective. Also, oh, wait, let's see. Someone's saying something. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Ben Solo Show. He said, yes, Aurora Diamondheart, keep going. It's hard sometimes, especially when you have to start over on YouTube, but just keep at it. I really appreciate that encouragement. And, I really thought about can I handle doing this? When I was going through after coming back, because here's the thing, when you go and you hang out with all these people who you love and care about, and it feels so good to be around them because you finally feel like you're in a normal place with people you can really be yourself around. The thing that really is hard about those types of experiences, just a little bit of a downside, is that when you come home, if you don't have any connection to anyone like that in your regular environment, it gets kind of lonely, like it got, so it kind of put me in a little bit of a depression hole for a bit, I guess you could say, like up until maybe yesterday or today, where I'm really like pulling myself out of it now. But it's like, I just wish there was a way for the people in our community to be closer together. But as it is right now, we our life missions, we're all required to be at all these different parts of the world. So hopefully one day that will change and God will make it so that we can all be a community together, because it's very, I don't know, it's just lonely sometimes, I guess. It's just lonely. So yeah, the other thing that I have stored and planned to do that I forgot, we're going to try taking another stab at the fortune cookie. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if they can give us a good fortune this time. Okay, I'm going to let you guys see, because I'm telling you, I have the weirdest fortune cookie results. I have some that are just way too oddly specific. Okay, for like something is happening in my life at that, like my children were doing something the other day. It was, I forget, God, I wish I could remember what it was, but they were doing something, and then the fortune cookie basically made a comment about it. Basically, it said something about, be careful, because you could hurt your arm or get twisted or something like that. And my son had just hurt himself. So anyway, let's everyone send your energy right now. We're getting a fortune cookie for the collective. Okay, I'm about to pick it. All right, fortune cookie for the collective. Fortune cookie for the collective. And let's hope it has a fortune, because sometimes I get them and they don't have any fortune, and I'm like, I want my money back. I want another fortune cookie. All right, well, it's already correct, so that's all right. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Let's see what we got. This is fun. I love doing this. Okay. Okay, well, this one's kind of simple. It says, look to your inner being for guidance. Look to your inner being for guidance. And that's definitely something I am doing right now. That is something that I need to get back into doing my regular meditating, doing my Qigong on a regular basis. I mean, I'm still dancing every day because I can't help but dance. I listen to dancing. But, as far as my regular routines, they kind of got thrown completely out of whack. Like when I moved into this house, like I have not regained some of them yet, and really just trying to pull through instead of just surviving, trying to live and thrive instead of just survive, So that was our fortune cookie. Okay, now we can put this down. It's tarot time. Everyone ready for a tarot card pull? I'm excited. Yeah. All right, I'm shuffling, guys. Okay. The one with the creator of the night, I ask that you please assist us in this card pull to give us a message for the collective. Please let it be known what we need to be made aware of. And offer up some guidance for the people here today. What is it that we most need to hear? Oh, it stopped. Okay, right there. All right, one more time, and then we're doing it. Okay. Yeah, I'm basically having to push myself back into my routine, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. So card pull for the collective. What do we most need to hear? The energies right now. Whoop. Okay. So the first card we got, which I'm probably going to pull two more, maybe one or two more. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is they're solid, they're stable. you know, they have gifts, they have things that they have to share with people, but they don't always feel like they're very slow. They're very slow in their process as far as like going to the people. You know, that's the main message I always feel behind this Knight of Pentacles, is that it's someone who wants to be invited to things. You know, they see other people, they see them doing these things, and they're just waiting for that word, that invite basically. But the thing with the Knight of Pentacles is that they have to trust and have the confidence to just go in there and bring people the things that they have, bring them their gifts, bring them, you know, the treasures that they've gained, the experiences that they've gained, the wisdom that they've gained over their lifetime of experiences. It's someone who really needs to be willing to put themselves out there and go forward. Okay. So let's see. And that's kind of going along the same energy as look to your inner being for guidance. You know, I feel that those can be really connected right there, because you really have to go inside and trust that you know who you are to bring it to the people. The Knight of Pentacles is very stable, and I feel like the Pentacle energies are always very lucky energy feeling to me, just very like abundant and solid and grounded. Okay, so it's a very good opening card here to get. So let's see if there's anything else. So give us some more description on the Knight of Pentacles. More description. What else do we need to know? Whoop. Okay, we got the Seven of Swords. Okay. So maybe you need to be a little bit strategic about how you bring yourself to the people. You know, the Seven of Swords energy is, I'm always very basic when it comes to the first part of how I look at it, which is, you know, the swords is about thoughts, it's ideals, it's the mental space, you know. And this person, they're grabbing up some of the swords and they're leaving two behind. So it's like, make sure you take the right things with you, make sure you take the right ideals with you. And you know, if there's some that you're a little bit hesitant about, you know, leave those ones behind. You know, just okay, hold on, I'm just feeling into it a little bit more. Like, what you have to say is important. And again, they're just emphasizing me right now. Like, that even lines up with the whole bringing yourself to the people. This person looks like they're going somewhere, you know, they're going somewhere. Maybe they're going on a trip or something. But so yes, bring your words to the people, bring your thoughts, bring your ideals. It can be a little bit, it can be looked at sometimes. People don't know what you're doing, so it can seem a little shady, maybe even at times, the Seven of Swords energy. But let's pull another card and see what else we got to say. Okay, that's just the shadow side of it. All right, so let's go to one more card. We're getting descriptions on the Knight of Pentacles. Description on the Knight of Pentacles. Tell us more. Wow. Why would they give us this card? Okay, now don't worry. I'll figure it out. I'll put it together. It was just a little shock at first here. Don't stress, okay? Ten of Swords, okay? So this Pentacles guy, okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever it is that you're bringing to the people is going to put an end to something. Okay, so, and it's something that needs to be put an end to, though. It could just be, no, they're telling me it could just be as simple as like getting what's been in your mind like out of it, and just putting a complete end to some certain ideal. That maybe there's something that you're wondering or questioning about, and you won't know the answer to that. Okay, that won't end. Let's say you're even stressing something you're stressing about or whatever. You won't know the answer to that unless you take your words, okay, the right words, to the people, or to people, the person, some place that you're going to get that final answer and know and have that final resolution. And put maybe even, because the nine that is popping up for me right now, the Nine of Swords is what's right before the Ten of Swords. And that's all about like just being overwhelmed with thoughts and just anxiety and such, like, and stuff like that. And if you don't, like, even for me with the speaking, you know, like I had to be willing to take what I had and bring it to the people. I couldn't just expect people to come just to me. Like I also have to go to the people, and I needed to be strategic about it. I needed to take the right words and make sure I left what I didn't need behind. And this put an end to me being worried about what that would feel like, being worried that I wasn't wanted or I wasn't invited. Okay. So that's how I would kind of interpret it for myself. You can go ahead and take a little variation for your own life, figure out how that might match and fit up there. I'm just going to go ahead and tap in just a little bit more. Okay, so the Ten of Swords there. I mean, it's definitely an ending to something, but I feel like it's a good ending. Something just tells me like it was positive, like the anxiety, all those nine of swords thoughts, like it finally got put to an end. It finally got put to ease, and it's over and it's okay. Because that Knight of Pentacles has a lot of luck on his side. So, yeah, don't feel like you're not lucky, because you are. And talking about luck, that brings me over into actually one more little small thing that I was going to talk about just for fun. And just how synchronicities kind of work funny in your life. I recently started rewatching American Gods. I don't know if any of you guys know that show, but it was on Starz. And it had 3 seasons. And so I was recently rewatching it, and I was talking to myself and saying, which character would mine be? And for some reason, I always feel like I relate to Laura Moon, which is, she was the dead wife, basically, and for Shadow Moon. And the special thing about her is that the only reason she was brought back to life is because a lucky coin, a very special coin, was given to her husband by a leprechaun. And he threw this coin on her grave after she had died, and the coin fell down into her coffin, and it went inside of her heart. And that was what brought her back to life, was this lucky coin. Okay. So I'm sitting there, as I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, like, I feel like that would be my character. Maybe that would be my character. But because she's got like a controversial story. Okay. So I'm like, oh, I'm a little hesitant. But so as I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about that, someone I know decides to show me their coin collection, and they happen to have one golden coin. This is solid gold. One solid gold coin. So for me, that says spirit confirmation. That would be my character for that show. So very interesting concepts in that show about how basically the human consciousness is able to create gods, to create actual beings that weren't in existence if it hadn't been for the collective putting their heart and their energy into creating them being alive. And that's what these gods are all fighting for in this show, is they're fighting for worshipers, because if you are forgotten as a god, you die. Okay. So it's a very good show if you guys are interested in some more psychological concepts as far as how gods are created, because we create things. Like the tapas, I forget that. I don't know if that's how I pronounce it. The tapas that are the spinning grass. I feel like they were called demons. I'm not sure. The spinning grass spirits that they have in the African tribes kind of reminds me of a similar concept. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see if there was anything else that I planned on going over. One last little thought that I was having right before I decided to pop on here. Another archetype of the blue fairy that I love, besides the one from Pinocchio that I relate myself to, is the blue fairy from Zelda. Someone sent me a meme of it today, of the fairy, Zelda throwing the stuff into the pond. If you've ever played the video game, guys, I hope you have, because I'm a gamer. So like the blue fairy, the reason I also love the blue fairy is because she always gave you the best upgrades. She always gave the best upgrades. And even in the other sequels of the game, Nevi, she was a little blue fairy, and she's a helper. That's what fairies are. They're helper beings. But although we can be a little bit of the tricksters. I admit it. We got a little bit of trickster energy into us at times. All right, we like to have fun. We like to play around, but there's, as long as it's not hurting anyone, I feel like it's all right. Creating the perfect storm and stuff like that. It's fun. Blue fairy magic. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. I'm just now seeing the comments about the tarot reading. Sorry, guys. All right, let me just read these real quick, and then I think I'm about to head out. I think we pretty much, yeah, Zelda's my favorite too. It was one of my most all-time favorites. Link to the Past, that was my favorite Zelda game. I knew that inside and out. I beat it so many times. Oh yeah, I didn't. Thank God I didn't draw the full. You do be calling those cards out though, Dennis. You did call that death card out last time in Matthew's stream. All right, just reading a couple more. 1 second. Oh shoot, something wrong on my computer. Okay, let's see. All right, okay, all right, awesome, Ben. It was so nice to see you here. You get ready for your show. Oh yeah, Ben Solo. What's your show? Are you? I think I know who you are. I'm like, are you Ben Chastain? I thought, oh my God, I'm so glad I realized that was you for the end here. Oh, so glad to have you here. If you guys don't know, Ben Chastain, Edge of Wonder, and then over on what is it? Edge of Wonder. What? You go ahead and put in your chat what it is that you your streaming service again. I'm just having brain fog right now. Okay, I want to say live Rise TV, or I don't know. I might. I know it's Edge of Wonder, but I mean, where do they find it at? You can find them on Rumble. You can find them anywhere, basically. You know. If you know, you know. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, if you guys, I still do tarot readings, astrology readings, manifestation coaching sessions. It's been kind of I had put a hold on doing all these things while the Christmas was going on. Yeah, sorry about that, Ben. Yeah, I wish I had known. Anyway, doesn't matter. So if you want to get a hold of me for any of those, I'm definitely opening up back to them now. Like I said, I put a little hold on them because I was so busy with coming back from the event and such. So you can reach me at Aurora Diamondheart at Gmail. Okay, you can email me there, or you can find me on Facebook as Aurora Diamondheart and message me there. Leave a comment on my posts. That would be great. Or even at Villanelle2 on at Instagram. Okay, so that's the way you can get a hold of me, but please subscribe to my channel and like it and share it so that way you can get future notifications about more of my doings, so more of my fairy magic that I'm playing around with. All right, you guys can come hang out with me some more often. Oh, I love you guys. Yes, get a one-on-one session with the blue fairy so I can help you see how my magic can help you do yours. We can figure it out together. I love you guys. Okay, I'm having like one more hot flash, I think, and then yeah, and I'm about to press end here. I love you guys all so much. Take care. I hope you had a great new year. I wish you a very, very merry new year here and a good Christmas. And catch me next time. Okay? I'm just singing around so I can see everyone say goodbye. I just want to tell you guys bye. Bye, Geraldine. Bye, Brad. Oh, hi there. But we're just ending the stream now, Brad. So we'll catch you next time. Oh, thank you for the good luck. All right. Oh, hi, Claudette. Love you. Oh, I love you guys. Bye, Ben. Bye. Bye, Selena. All right. Bye. Bye, Matthew. Bye, Miss White Swan. Bye, MT Fold. Queen Victor. Chris P. I'm sure he's still there up there in the chat somewhere. Joyce Hartman. Nice to see you. Isis Escobar. I love you guys. Okay. I'm just sitting here reading names now. That's all I'm doing. Just because I love seeing all you guys here. And God bless you guys. Take care. Bye.